What's up, everyone? It's time again for a weekly watch list. I'm going to give you my levels I'm watching, kind of the zones, and I have a couple different stocks I'm watching this week as well. But before we get started, be sure you're subscribed to my channel. Click that thumbs up button and click that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. First on the list, as always, is SPY. This is my favorite ETF to trade. Small account friendly, plenty of liquidity, never have any issues with my fill as long as my broker's behaving. So let's go over a couple different scenarios here for the upcoming week. One of them being, we failed this area here, as you can see. This like 411 to 410 area, and we fall below it. I think if we fail this, we should see this 406.5, then this 405. I will not take the initial break here as a breakout trade. I'll wait for us to fail it, come back up, retest this area, then continue out. That would be my entry for a short there. That's how I handle that. Now, let's say we come down here, test this area, come back out of it. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to wait for it to pull back down, retest, see how it behaves. Watch volume. Ideally, I want to see a nice increase in buying volume to catch some calls when we come back out of it for a move to the upside. Super simple plan going into next week with that. Now let's talk about if, say we don't get back in this area, we move on up. I'm going to be looking for a break above this 415 area. Same thing here, I'm going to be looking for uptrend, probably on the 5 minute mostly for this trade during the day. All these levels are day trades. I'll be very specific if I see something for a swing trade, which I do see this week, so stick around. Just want to pull back, retest, and that's how I like to enter off calls. I do not like chasing them big breakthrough candles, the big green candles. You do not want to chase them trying to enter on calls. Chances are you're going to lose money. That being said, I don't know if we'll see this area again, but if we can break above this 418.6 and then above that 420, we got some serious room, but I think that's going to be something to watch for another week. If it does confirm this week, it'll be something I have to call out inside Team Bull. Now, for my SPX levels, just stuff I like to watch when I'm trading SPY or vice versa, or even when I'm trading futures, is SPX levels. Be aware of where these support and resistance is. I think all three of these levels could be in play this week. We'll have to see what the market holds. They are support and resistance. Very simple stuff. If you don't understand support and resistance, I have a video on that as well. Now the ideal here is you don't want to buy calls right underneath resistance. Ideally you want to buy puts at resistance, right? Unless we just have an insane increase in buying volume. I do have a Tesla level on watch. Even though we're not quite there yet, something happens, we come back out with strength. This is a big if, and I will be very patient on this trade. I want to see how we react in this zone here. This is a good area for puts, or if we have strength and break out of this zone, same strategy we're using on SPY, I'm going to try on Tesla here. Keep in mind, I prefer trading SPY over any individual stocks. It just works out better. My P&L on SPY really nice up until this point this year. So again, break above, pull back down, retest, then take the move, the continuation move. That would be entering off a higher low, right? That's how we enter uptrends. That's what we want to do. We don't want to chase them big green candles when we're entering uptrend. We don't want to be chasing big red candles when we're entering a downtrend, okay? We need them sniper levels, especially if you have a tight risk management. You got to have that entry on point. The final stock I'm watching this week is Meta. This is the possible swing trade setup I was talking about. Keep in mind, I personally will not treat this as a swing trade. This will be a day trade for me, but this is a gap fill trade. I have a video on this as well. Every strategy I talk about in my videos, I have probably made a video on it, so go check back through my recent. What I like about these gap fill trades, they're super simple to manage, right? So ideally we need to fail this 180, okay? Enter in this gap. That's where you want to get puts. But if you don't feel safe taking the initial break, you can wait on the same thing we wait on for everything. A nice pullback, see how it reacts at that level, and then take puts for the continuation down. Now, if this trade goes bad for me, what I consider a gap fill trade going bad is if it breaks above that level, and holds above it nicely, starts building a base above it, or, you can just have even tighter of a stop loss. If you break back above it, just take a very small loss. Don't hold on for hope. But ideally, we break this level, we get in for puts, and we have a nice continuation down. I will not hope for the entire gap fill trade because I will be day trading. If you do, you need to trade further out expiration, and you need to be able to manage that trade accordingly. I like to, I trim it just like I would any day trade. To me, if I can get 30, 50% out of day trade, it's been a good trade. I leave runners to catch additional gains, and that's the weekly watch list. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me. If you're not joining my Instagram lives every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, you need to come join us. We trade futures live until 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Then we switch over, create our options trading watch list, get our game plan together, and it has been doing really, really well. So be sure to check that out. Appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time.